Welcome back everybody into another daily recap. Of course, as usual, we're going to do the recap on gold, Bitcoin, and EuroDollar for the day, the 4th of October. As you can see, first Monday of the uh, month of the quarter. And we're going to start, of course, with our main pair, which is gold. Our morning analysis, as you can see here, it was load. Coming from here, we were either expecting a first top of 1764, then continuation down, and we actually saw a rejection of this previous PSA, these previous highs, and then very aggressive move for a few, like 100 something pips. But then during New York, what we saw was huge liquidity grab, and at the end of the hourly candle, huge spike up, fueled by inflation fears due to some Federal Reserve speaker. What we saw then exactly is then order block being created at this previous high. Okay, you can see. Okay, very good, very good. Let's jump on the 1 minute, shall we? So, what we saw, we start with London session with just some high, we are around 1764, failure to break and retest below 1759 for Harris carry reward, as I showed on the on my Telegram. This was the call here, which, as you can see, played out in the end for more than 120 pips. And apart from that, yeah, we saw, let me put it in green, in red, sorry, the entry, and then the bearish trend with multiple rejections, London session opening below 1753 PSA, order block being created, and then continuation bearish down, break almost 1749, still rejection, but still failing to make into new highs, reacting at these previous lows, these previous order block not even able to make a new highs, and then during the late London session, the spike almost to 1747 key level. What we saw here was then a bounce, another retest of the key level, another break and retest right before New York open. So I think give it a nice bullish trend with the break and retest of the key level with the volume of New York. Also, this one was expected and called as a live trade. Here, as you can see, was the same highs, and the break and retest above was what was really meant for a very bullish push, which gave us 60 pips. A double top was printed here. Correction, break, retest, correction equally. This one was the new 4-hourly candle. Here, not making any lower wick. So this one was the entry code. And not the new 4-hour didn't make any new top wick. So didn't actually manage to enter. But the call was right. The call was very good for. Let me just do this, do that, and do this, do that, for around 60 pips again. So we got 100 pips, 60 pips, 60 pips, all called by the timing and the price action. Then what we saw was a big, now we are into New York SE open. We have a huge and clear double bottom created. We have some bearish price action above the key level, above the previous highs, as you can see. Very aggressive rejection at this previous highs, as you can see here, here. But still failing to make new lower lows. Break and retest of 1759, break and retest of 1764, and then revisiting 1770s. So this all push was like, again, more than 200 pips. And after that, we just saw price bouncing from the key level, failing to close below, giving you other opportunities of entering due to the fear of inflation, due to the VIX very bullish. As you can see, another even later entry for other 30, 50 pips. So I gave this entry 100 pips here. I gave this entry 60 pips. I gave this entry 60 pips on the upside. This one I didn't give. Maybe it was from the morning, but not really during the live session. And I'm going to jump into Bitcoin really quick. As you can see, as I told you, Bitcoin was in this order block. We were expecting a risk reward buys at bounce of this PSA with safer buys in the middle. And we were ready for high risk reward sells at the rejection of the order block tops. As you can see, multiple failures to break. Let's jump on the 1 minute. And as you can see, after an initial phase, initial London session, very slow London session here, actually doing all New York session as well. Just had a fake out and then back into the range. We dipped below, we dipped exactly at this huge demand zone, which was highlighted. I will show you on the hourly time frame. And after that, we found all the liquidity we needed. We can retest between PPLs, between previous support, above the levels, above each level that was called during the morning analysis, retest of 48,250, which was one of the medium risk buy areas, and then very strong bullish action until over 49,500. After that, just resting. We had this big move happening, and after that, just bouncing. This, as you can see, paid out also. Let me put it here. Paid out also as the high risk reward sells at the top of the order block after multiple rejection of the level. As I told you, if we go on the hourly time frame, this is a very huge demand area. Especially as you can see from here, caused many rejections. There you go. So this was Bitcoin, and we're going to jump into EuroDollar, which followed very closely. Being a currency, followed the path of the dollar much more than gold and Bitcoin. As you can see, followed my path, actually, to be completely honest with you. As you can see, follow this one, break and retest, up, and at this level, we got the rejection, not to this level, but till here. Yes, because we took advantage of dollar weakness, which, as you can see, dollar was in a pullback all day long, in a very bearish trend. We were expecting some bounces, and we already got a bounce from this previous PSA on the left hand side. But as you can see, we're very bearish, and neither gold or gold moved up, but due to inflation, not due to the dollar weakness. As you can see, euro dollar moved much better in correlation to the dollar. As you can see, first bounce, and first set of buys, break and retest after failing to close decisively below. We wanted to wait it again. As you can see here, we have the final retest again, fail to break below, multiple bullish action. We also have a retest of the PSA. We want to take safer buys and take advantage of all the dollar weakness for more than 30 pips. As you can see, this was the PSA called, and many multiple in the middle. After that, we saw aggressive bounce, exactly when the dollar was bouncing up, failing to break above, and then, as you can see, the rejection of the level, giving you, I think, around 20 pips. Much will be. Let's see. Yeah, 20 pips of the pre-planned PSA after multiple rejection to fail. After that, just that candle body support between those highs and those lows, just ranging, break out, and then just ranging. So this is it for today, guys. Very short, very brief. We got our inflation scares, so that brought gold sell, and that's it. Dollar weakness, we are still in this pullback phase. We need more decisive closures above and to see the trend going back into their bullish bias. See you tomorrow.